Open source chips don't belong to any country. They belong to every idealist. For decades, the foundation of the chip world was ruled by just two kings. One was x86, led by Intel dominating PCs and servers. The other was ARM powering almost every mobile device on Earth. Together, they stood like two towering fortresses, untouchable, unchallenged. Then, in 2010, a group of young researchers at UC Berkeley wanted to design a CPU. But there was a problem. Intel wouldn't even open the door. ARM would, but only if you could afford the license. These professors and students didn't have that kind of money. So they made a bold decision. If they couldn't use an architecture, they would build their own. Just 3 months later, a new instruction set was born. It had only 50 instructions. Its name was RISC-V. And then they did something even more radical. They made it completely open source, free for anyone to use. Instruction sets are the language of computers. If x86 is like classical Latin and ARM is modern English, then RISC-V is more like a newly invented Esperanto, a universal language. In this world, everyone is equal. Whether you're a top engineer at Google or a student in India, you can design chips, modify instructions, and build freely. But reality was harsh. While industry giants pushed into high-performance computing, RISC-V couldn't even get into the game. It survived in the shadows: Bluetooth earphones, home appliances, low-end devices. People praised it for being efficient and flexible, but quietly labeled it the same way: low-end, competing with x86 or ARM. That sounded like a fantasy. But a group of idealists refused to believe that. They saw something others didn't: RISC-V's DNA of freedom. Among them was a team from Alibaba called Xuantie. In July 2019, they released a CPU called C910. It pushed RISC-V past 2 GHz for the first time in history. Performance reached 7 spec-int per gigahertz. To put that into perspective, it was like an average runner suddenly qualifying for a marathon. The RISC-V community exploded with excitement. For the first time, people saw a path toward high-performance RISC-V chips. A crack had appeared in the old empire. But at the time, the broader chip industry barely noticed. Compared to x86 and ARM, C910 still looked like a toy. Alibaba made another bold move. They open-sourced it, and over the next 5 years, the spark began to spread. China's Academy of Sciences built the world's first stable RISC-V laptop. European cloud provider Scaleway launched the first RISC-V cloud instance. ETH Zurich created an open-source AI hardware-software platform. From C910 onward, RISC-V achieved one first after another. Then came 2025. Alibaba's Damo Academy released the C930, and RISC-V finally broke into the server CPU arena, the highest battlefield in CPU's computing. And recently at the Xuantie RISC-V Ecosystem Conference, they unveiled their new flagship, C950. This wasn't just another chip, it was a coming-of-age moment. It runs faster than any RISC-V CPU ever built by a significant margin. For the first time, it directly challenges the latest flagship chips from ARM and x86 products like V2, Zen 5, and Granite Rapids. It sends a clear message. The performance ceiling of open-source architecture has been shattered, and the timing couldn't be more perfect because we are entering the age of AI. In this new world, computers are no longer used by humans alone, but by millions of AI agents. Token usage is exploding exponentially, and suddenly, the CPU matters again. Even NVIDIA is doubling down on CPU development, and RISC-V has a unique advantage. It's open, flexible, and free of legacy baggage. That makes it ideal for the AI agent era, something both x86 and ARM envy. Alibaba pushed this even further. They introduced the Flex platform, allowing customers to customize and modify CPUs freely, something that was once unthinkable in the x86 and ARM world. They even integrated AI acceleration directly into the C950. Running large models like Qwen and DeepSeek natively. For the first time, a CPU can handle massive AI models without relying on GPUs or NPUs. This is the power of RISC-V. In the AI era, adaptability is everything. But open source chips aren't just about technology, they're about ecosystem. To make RISC-V compatible with Android, Alibaba engineers quietly modified over 120,000 lines of code and ran 730,000 test cases. In October 2021, someone on a developer forum noticed the path had already been paved. Later, when Google officially announced Android support for RISC-V, an Android engineering director confirmed the first successful implementation came from China. Today, Alibaba has adapted RISC-V to nearly all major operating systems, connecting over 6,500 middleware components. In just 7 years, RISC-V has entered over 200 chip designs and more than 1,000 end products, many of them designed and manufactured in China. Its open nature, combined with China's engineering scale, has created something rare: certainty in an uncertain era. And the movement is growing. Alibaba is now collaborating globally with institutions like the Beijing Open Source Chip Institute and the Chinese Academy of Sciences to build the next generation of high-performance open CPUs. They even launched an alliance to create a full-stack ecosystem from chip design to manufacturing. Companies like Arteris, Canonical, Siemens EDA, Cadence, and Synopsys joined the effort. The goal is simple: make it easier for anyone to build RISC-V chips. Let it grow like a rainforest. Alibaba even proposed a bold idea: every chip deserves to be built once with RISC-V. This global open source relay has only just begun. 7 years ago, when most people doubted RISC-V, these idealists chose to believe. When others said open source couldn't build an ecosystem, they took action. And when others were content with low-end markets, they aimed for servers, AI, and the hardest challenges of all. Today, you don't need permission from ARM. You don't need approval from Intel. All you need is a computer, a mind, and a bit of idealism. Because idealists don't ignore difficulty. Move forward despite it. In 2020, the RISC-V Foundation moved its headquarters to Switzerland. Its founder, Kriste Asinovich, said it plainly: "We don't want to be affected by politics. RISC-V belongs to the world." And maybe, years from now, people will remember this moment, a time of technological barriers and rising walls, when a group of engineers, many from China, chose to lead with open source spirit, using code to pursue equality and freedom. And perhaps that will matter more than any commercial success.